which
late. I'll never be late.
elongated my situation. But you're habitually late, so maybe you're just rubbing off on me.
Excuse me. What's going on?
You're excused. What's going on? A lot. There's a lot going on in the world. New Dave Blunt's video just dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty solid. 50 Cent diss track.
His name is Curtis. What, Thompson? Is that it?
No, it's Curtis Jackson.
Curtis Jackson. Okay. He was somebody's son at some point.
Yeah, I mean everybody was somebody's son at some point.
Were they? Not in the future. Not in the future when it's illegal to do anything except for in vitro.
I mean, when you're doing in vitro, there's a male sperm cell that goes into the egg, is it not?
I don't know. They'll figure out a way to synthesize them or something.
I mean, if you can synthesize DNA, I don't know. You're getting into some hairy territory when you talk about synthesizing DNA. Because then you could just make whatever master race you want to make, couldn't you? Say, I want this child to have XYZ traits. And then, badoop, out comes a baby Hitler on the world. They probably will never allow that to happen because that could potentially happen, couldn't it?
A baby Hitler. That's like...
Yeah, man.
Isn't that kind of saying the quiet part loud?
What do you mean saying the quiet part loud? What does that phrase mean?
It's like when people like say sussy shit when they're making jokes about like Jeffrey Epstein or something, and they like they sort of like, I'm not comparing you to like a pedo or whatever, but like, have we gotten 60 seconds yet?
Yes. I appreciate that.
But like, it's like sometimes people make jokes where they sort of give away the goat of like they think that like it's some sort of like reward to like have young.
You just said like 10 times, brother.
Well, it's a tricky.
You're a valley boy.
It's a tricky topic.
Well, I don't know. I think that there is some factual like actuality behind any sort of humor. I think humor probably
actuality. No, what I'm saying though is yeah, what were you saying? You were saying if a baby Hitler is what CRISPR is meant to make, then how's like a black person or a Jewish person or an autistic person supposed to feel about that?
I mean, probably not good. They probably not want a baby Hitler either. I don't know. I think when I make Hitler jokes now, it's because when I was practicing Judaism, I encountered anti-Semitism. So it kind of just like comes from a place of, yeah, that kind of fucking sucked. And obviously I don't know the extent of how anti-Semitism sucks because
I guess a lot of eugenics
was a part of it. I mean, I still practice some stuff, but I haven't been raised in it. I haven't been in it since I was a child. So I'm sure that, I don't know, kids are fucked up. So probably a little Jewish kid going around school, they probably fucking call him, various racial Jewish slurs that I'm probably not going to say on this podcast.
Well,
but you can fill in the blanks.
There are definitely no Jewish people who are into eugenics, especially no high-profile criminals who allegedly killed themselves.
Are you just tying this back to Epstein now?
I'm not. Whoa! I'm not naming names.
You're not naming names, but you're making.
I'm just sitting here dying by this Chinese plastic shit. The geek bars are supposed to be like better, but I find they actually kind of make me cough really bad.
Well, you're using a Pulse X, and those are bad.
Why? Well, they taste better, honestly.
I don't know.
Just a little bit like
I haven't used. I need to quit vaping. This podcast is.
Do you want to look at our news docket? We talked about Dave Blunt's.
We touched on Dave Blunt. We didn't fully talk about it. Let's fully talk about it.
There is like a higher bit rate coming from your microphone. I'm sorry. But it's like a little bit like rattly when it cuts out.
You want to go back to the Bluetooth headset? Testicle difficulties?
That's funny. That's good. Testicle difficulties.
Testicle difficulties
Dick
is
occult.
the phrase you're
Are
looking
you
for.
part
Yes.
of the Dick occult?
Am I part of the Dick occult? You'll never know. It's a secret society.
There's a bunch of fictional bands in my my universe for my radio play, and one of them is the Diagonal Gnostics.
The Diagonal Gnostics.
Yeah.
Nice. We need to circle back though to Mr. David Blunt's.
Yeah. Did you watch the Martian Ivan interview?
No, the only interview I watched was the one where the guy was being funny with him. I'm not sure if that's. I don't think that's recent.
It
but
was
I did
2
watch
weeks
that
ago. The Indian guy?
Yes.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. And
That's the most recent one? Okay.
He drops like a reference to scat play. Can I say that shit?
Scat play, you can say whatever you want.
He's asking them all these like ridiculous jokes, right? And one of them is about a random guy. Yeah. It's like really weird. It's almost like they're user submitted jokes that are like meant to be ridiculous.
Okay.
And one of them was about like a guy eating the poo poo. And then he responds by saying, "Are you sure it was a guy and not a girl?" And then because he heard that Curtis whateverson had a baby mama, and that was something that leaked in the Diddy trial.
Yes. I never read the Diddy trial logs.
So well, apparently that's what all the stuff in the song
I got the
is.
Yeah, I mean I got the meat and potatoes of it.
He's just like trolling him for like attention, kind of.
Dave Blunt's?
Yeah, I mean he's not.
No, I think that 50 Cent talks shit about Dave Blunt, so it's like a rebuttal.
Oh yeah.
To 50 Cent trashing him. I'm not sure what 50 Cent said. Probably said he's a fat ass or something. Honestly, much love to Dave Blunt. I've never spoken to him.
I think he said what he said in the song, which is "Get out of the kitchen" or something.
Yeah. Get out of the kitchen.
It's like Mahan Ivan did a bunch of like fat jokes in like his questions. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He goes, "Do you think you could initiate a ceasefire between Israel and Gaza by standing in the middle of them?"
Yes, no, that was funny. And then he made the sound effect. He said, "What if you skydived?"
And it's like kind of like if you ate a burger and you exploded. But no, here's the thing. It's like he goes really hard into 50 Cent with like all of this incriminating like depraved sex stuff from the Diddy trial, and then he says that like his shit is ass, and it feels like he really hates him. And he goes, "Don't even get me started on power. I could go on for like 8 hours." Like
I thought
you get the feeling that 50 Cent is someone who like almost betrayed him as like an artist.
I don't think you necessarily have to betray somebody as an artist to start a rap beef. I think rap beef starts from anything. You could say in an interview that so-and-so is fake or not real gangster or whatever.
Well, Dave Blunt doesn't seem like he's the kind of person who listens to 50 Cent or ever fucked with him.
I mean, Dave Blunt's like a 22-year-old kid, so probably.
That's part of it, yeah.
Maybe.
But also,
yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's listened to 50 Cent.
Elephant in the room here, no pun intended. But he has kind of like the vocal timbre of like a white guy, and like the personality of a white guy. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would agree to that too.
If he's, I can't imagine he listens to a bunch of gangster rap about people getting shot or whatever. I think that's what he like dislikes about.
I mean, maybe his music is really not like that. His music is mostly about like girls and.
His music is like really shitposty, honestly.
Well, I've had a friend consider it meme rap, and I guess I could kind of find the correlation with that. I don't know. I feel like his more recent work, like that first day out the hospital and that album that came out, that was more mature subject matter versus just like, memes or jokes or whatever. But the interesting, the I think the funniest part of that track is when he starts trashing 50 Cent's movie that he made and like dropping all this stuff about like the production costs and how much it made and stuff. It was like you really like did your research to see like what this did, and you're just like naming all these facts in this diss track.
Yeah, he lost like 3 or 4
Kind of,
million on the
kind of based.
budget
Yeah.
of that movie that he made.
Have you ever seen Get Rich or Die Trying?
No.
Did you ever see Straight Outta Compton?
No.
Straight Outta Compton was decent. There was also they made a bunch of rap movies all at one time. I'm not sure why, but there was also Notorious about Notorious B.I.G. That was also kind of decent. It like
Hustle
showed
and
him like as a
Flow.
kid growing up. Hustle
There's
and
also
Flow.
random movies like starring rappers. One of them is by that Sheridan guy who did My Left Foot and In America and
Yeah,
Name of the Father. I forget who it was. It wasn't
I
50
mean
Cent.
a lot of musicians go on
Wasn't
to do
Andre
acting
3K
roles.
in some pretty awesome movies too?
Andre 3K, Andre 3000. I'm pretty sure he did some acting roles. Yeah,
Like Four Brothers, is that right?
was he in that? I'm not sure. Three brothers, four brothers. I know that
Three
sometimes it
Brothers.
also goes the opposite way too. Like Jamie Foxx. Was
Wait,
Jamie
what?
Foxx an
Is there a
actor first,
movie
or was
called
he a
Three
musician first?
Brothers? It might have been Jamie Foxx, not Andre 3K.
I think it probably is Jamie Foxx. You probably mixed up your black people because you're racist.
I'm looking for my phone
But
real quick.
it's okay. Look for your phone while I occupy the
3 6
space.
Mafia made a bunch of like gangster movies.
Yeah, I mean I would say that happened before they started making all like the rap um like biographical
I don't even
films.
care who's in Four Brothers. I want to see what the Three Brothers is.
The four brothers or the three brothers. The
There is a
movie
movie.
Brothers is good.
I thought it might have been a kung fu movie. I wonder if there's
Have you ever
multiple.
there's many movies on the subject of brothers. Did you ever see the movie Brothers though?
Which one is that?
So Brothers was the one where it was a guy that went to the Iraq War or whatever, and then his brother started like sleeping with his wife,
That
and then
sucks.
he came back from yeah, it sucks. He came back from the war, and there was like a lot of tension, obviously, between him and his brother because they were both in love with the same woman, being the one brother's wife.
That's
So
crazy. So it's by a guy
that
named
happens.
Francesco Rossi from '81. He made a movie, Lucky Luciano. Looks like a lot of crime
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, I mean, crime, Italian
Crime,
mobs,
crime
pretty,
stuffed.
pretty, pretty common territory.
Yeah, I'm interested in the way that like police um drama intersects with like noir and neo-noir. It's weird how a lot of noir I've watched a lot of noir movies that I didn't realize were kind of considered like neo-noir, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, Scanner Darkly or Minority Report or something like that. Philip K. Dick, I
True.
guess,
Yeah.
kind of a noir sci-fi guy.
Yeah. Philip K. Dick is actually one of my favorite authors. I was into reading a lot of his books
It's
semi
almost
recently, and I
like
want to get
but then
back
like
into it.
Taxi Driver is a neo noir sort of without any cops in it, really. Is that right?
Is neo noir the term, or is it something else? That doesn't sound right.
Neo noir is anything that's like past the black and white era, I feel like.
Well, I know the genre that you're describing, like Brick, is one of those. Have you seen Brick with Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
No. Oh, yeah. Actually, there's it's about like a kingpin and a middleman.
Yeah, it's like a kingpin in a high school, if I remember it correctly. But that had like film noir elements to it.
Uh-huh.
Because like film
Guy
noir is like
Ritchie, maybe.
old gangster movies.
Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie does like British movies.
Uh, there's French stuff, with Samurai. Um,
Le Samurai. Yeah. No. The people making movies all over the place.
yeah, for sure. I like that stuff.
Bollywood and such.
The only movie I completed this week was Hidden Fortress. Just the second Akira
Yeah.
Kurosawa movie I've seen after Yojimbo.
I don't think I've watched any movies this week. I've been watching like I got some music. One of the record stores that I go to got a collection of music DVDs, so I bought a few music DVDs from that. I got two REM. One of them's music videos. One of them's like a live performance. And then I got True Stories, which is the Talking Heads movie, which I've seen before. But
Oh,
the REM
I
one
saw that
that I watched was
recently.
pretty good.
I saw that like a year
True
ago.
Stories, yeah,
It's
it's
pretty
good. I
good.
think that's
John
got
Goodman, is that
John
right?
Goodman.
Yeah,
Yeah, John Goodman's in it.
good stuff. He sings, I think.
Yeah, man. No, David Byrne is good. Um, talking about musicians acting, Tom Waits does good like acting stuff too. He was in a movie I watched. He was in that Shortcuts movie that I watched actually that we talked about. Tom
Mm-hmm.
Waits is in it. And then Tom Waits was also in a lot of Jim Jarmusch movies. I think he was in Down by Law, maybe, which is a really good movie. If you like that kind of stuff, I would suggest that one. And any
Coffee
Jim
and
Jarmusch movie, for that
Cigarettes.
matter. Coffee and Cigarettes is Jim Jarmusch. Yeah, Night on Earth. The one that I like the most is Mystery Train. That's one of my favorite movies, and it's definitely one of my favorite Jim Jarmusch movies. Another one that's
Interesting.
good is Dead Man with Johnny Depp. That one's good too.
He did the
Yeah, man.
soundtrack for that, right? He's also in it.
Who? Johnny Depp?
No, Tom Waits.
I don't think Tom Waits was in Dead Man. I think he was in Down by Law.
I think he might have done the soundtrack for it though.
He might have. I mean, he works with that director, so he could have done music for it too.
Yeah, I
Tom
remember
Waits is
because
a
I was into his like
double
discography.
threat or triple threat. Tom
Um,
Waits, yeah, Tom Waits is good.
and then was he also in Fight Club? Or did he just
Tom
contribute a
Waits,
song to it? I think he might have been. He made a cameo in like the Lou's
he
Bar.
might have, honestly. Like I said, he acted for a while. Is he still alive, Tom Waits?
Um, I don't know.
Or is he dead? I
I think
have
he's
no
alive.
idea.
All right. Do you want to get to the news? Oh,
We
speaking
can get to the news.
of um, sort of '90s era rock
Yeah.
stars. Okay.
Sammy
Well,
Hagar
Jack,
news?
what's the Sammy Hagar news?
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh no. Um,
We're talking trash about people talking about Sammy Hagar. So that was just a little dig.
yeah. There's some certain. I don't know how to respond to that. My publicist will get back to you.
That
Jack
makes sense.
White
That was
and the White
inevitable.
House. The Jack White House.
The Jack White House. Is that a film that's coming out or is out?
No, no. Jack White is beefing with the White House.
Oh, Jack White is beefing with the White House. Okay, well, a lot of people are beefing with the White House. What does Jack White have to say about it?
Um,
I imagine he doesn't like
he
Trump.
wrote what happened was okay, so he wrote a thing on social media that was like dogging on their redesign of the Oval Office or the Rose Garden or something, like the
Okay.
interior design stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then a press secretary came out and called Jack White a washed up has been loser. And then he responded with like 5 paragraphs where he was like, uh,
I am not a washed up has been loser.
no, he's like, oh, I'm surprised that I've like dissed him on all this stuff, him being a fascist, him selling Goya beans, him doing all this corrupt stuff. But then the one thing that
Yeah.
makes him mad and release a press statement about me is I am dissing his interior design choices. And what a low move for him. sort of
I
thing.
mean, it is a kind of low move. That's what Trump does, though. Like, anytime anybody says anything bad about him, he's like, this guy is the worst man to ever live. He's a bad dude. I don't do a very good Trump impression.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hate to say I would side with Jack White in that beef. I don't like Trump. I mean,
It's just funny. He wrote so much about how he wrote a huge list of like all the things that he's previously criticized him for.
yeah, I mean, people have been pretty critical of Trump. Whenever you watch the late night talk shows, they're always dogging on Trump. It's weird how in society I feel like people are leaning more towards Trump and Republican stuff these days, but I think the social commentary is still going to look down at him and his legacy because of all the poor choices he's made.
Yeah,
Like when you go to the history books in the future, when people are talking about Trump's legacy, it's probably not going to be like, oh yeah, Trump did all these great things. It's going to be like, yeah, Trump, wanted to take all the Mexicans and take them to Alligator Alcatraz, and
oh my god.
uh, he wants to build a wall between Mexico and put the Mexican children in the work camps. And then also, yeah, the Alligator Alcatraz stuff, taking all the Mexican immigrants and taking them from their families and stuff. Like, there's always that saying, like, if you're silent, if you are silent in something, you are taking the side of the aggressor or something like that. And I feel like that's kind of
The
has
white
to kind of do with like,
moderate? Are you talking about Martin Luther King?
no, this is like it's whatever person or lady does all these quotes and they're like known for their quotes. One of them is, if you're silent in the face of adversity, you take the side of the oppressor, or something like that. It's some
Okay.
sort of saying. You don't think that to be true?
Yeah.
Think about in like Nazi Germany, like the people that didn't speak out against Hitler kind of are a little bit to blame for
Okay,
the
since we're on this, tell me about Gavin Newsom and what's going on with him.
Gavin Newsom. Gavin
Orange man
Newsom,
bad.
he is planning a presidential run, which I think will be good for Gavin. He's polling pretty high too. He seems to have better popularity than Kamala Harris and anybody else that they're kind of scouting for the presidential election. Also, considering that California holds a lot of electoral votes, I'm sure California will go for Gavin Newsom if they do that election. Um, Gavin Newsom, pretty based. Was looking up some stuff when we were talking earlier about his stance on like unions and workers' rights, as well as like universal health care. And in California, they have Medi-Cal, which is like Medicare for Californians, and that's a pretty like robust system. And then also for like the workers' rights, he fought for higher minimum wage in California,
Talk about
and then like
the
higher
open brazen gerrymandering.
the open brazen gerrymandering. What's
Yeah,
that mean?
the thing that he did this
What
week.
what that means? What did he do this week?
Greg Abbott drew a new redistricting thing for Texas, which would kick out 5 Democrats from the Texas state legislature. And then he responded by drawing his own gerrymandering map.
I mean, he seems to know what he's talking about, so I would support that.
He's very rad.
Um,
He's going to turn. I mean, does he want to secede from the U.S.? Does he want to be the president? What's his deal?
well, he wants to be the president. There has been talk of like California becoming its own country, which might not be a bad thing. I don't know. But I just know that he seems to hold a lot of values of stuff that's like near and dear to me and people that are similar to me or in similar positions to me. As far as like because like you got to think about it this way. Inflation happens no matter what. The Republicans always say that if you raise the minimum wage, things are going to get more expensive. But the fact of the matter is that things have gotten more expensive and the minimum wage has stayed what it's been since probably when I was growing up. So like in Nevada, where I live right now, the minimum wage federally is I think like $7 an hour or something. and you can't do nothing on $7 an hour anymore. So the thing about California is you do pay higher taxes, but there are better programs and stuff for Californians where they benefit from those higher taxes, as well as stuff gets kept up a whole lot better. Like the roads in California are a lot nicer than the roads, say, in Nevada or other states. The tax dollars go towards like the signage and the buildings and whatnot. So when I was living in California when I was younger, I wasn't making a lot of money, so I wasn't able to afford like living in California. That's why I eventually had to move out of it. But now that I've elevated myself and gotten in a field where I am making more money, it's nice to be able to go back to California and live like a better life because that's like my home and everything like that. So I don't know. I feel like I've been getting a lot of grief lately for my like political views, which is interesting because I feel like 5, 6 years ago, like nobody criticized me for my political views. So it's like I haven't changed. It's just like the temperature or the climate right now is what has changed. So what I'm saying might not be accepted by everybody just because it's kind of counterintuitive to what the current status quo is.
You think the current status quo is not Gavin Newsom?
Well, the thing is, I think I don't know if the temperature right now is Gavin Newsom, but I think the temperature in 3 years in 2028 will be Gavin Newsom because we're going to have to deal with
Gavin Newsom. Okay.
the 3 more years of Trump. We're going to do this is just the beginning of the stuff that he's doing. And gas is still getting more expensive. I thought gas was supposed to be cheaper. Every time I go to the gas station, it's more money.
Who said gas was going to be cheaper? When has gas ever been cheaper?
Well, that's what they always say. They're going to like do stuff to make things more affordable for everybody. Because Democrat, libtard, bad, chud Republican, good, save jobs, make things cheaper, make America great again.
Yeah, I don't. Either way.
Well, I mean, you're kind of on the fence, so I don't think you really care too much one way or the other. But I just know that
just kind of laughing at the whole situation. Everyone thinks that like eggs are going to get cheaper and gas is going to get cheaper. They're not.
I mean, I never thought that because I don't believe conservative promises.
Yeah, but Democrats promise that shit too.
I don't believe Democrat promises either. I'm just saying that I know that when a Democrat is president, it's not hard to get government assistance. It's not hard to get government assistance. That's really the only thing I've needed Democrat policies for, honestly. But it's just nice knowing that my fellow man is able to get the help that they need if they need it. Because it's not just all about you, man. It's about the whole world. It's about your brothers and sisters. And
I've been on government assistance before when I needed it. My concern is that there's just a lot of people who use it who don't need it.
I mean, that's what everybody always says. But what I've talked to a friend about this is they're like, I don't think that X person should be able to get government assistance. But then it's like, someone I know that, their parents don't work and stuff and they don't have a lot of money coming in. I want them to be able to get like food and stuff. So
someone you know.
There's a lot of people I know that are in that situation. So I'm not picking one person out, but it's just nice that I don't have to worry about a person like that being cut off from health insurance or food assistance or anything like that just because Trump says, cut that.
I mean, it's also not a coincidence that New York and Seattle and LA are blue states that are also major port cities that have large universities. And they exist in states that generally run a tax surplus. So I think if Arkansas and West Virginia had the money and the opportunities and the privileges that these, you really think that they wouldn't like put that money towards like government assistance programs for like poor people. The money's just not there. And it's because the blue
mean,
states refuse to give it to the red states at the end of the day.
I mean, every state kind of keeps their wealth for themselves because they're in
Yeah,
the
they
best
do,
interest
don't
of
they?
their state, not the union.
Yeah.
So
Wouldn't
it's
it be
kind of like
cool if
every
California could give some of its millions of dollars of surplus to bolster the welfare state in Arkansas and Missouri?
You think California has millions of dollars of surplus? I think California's
I
broke, isn't
know
it?
that California has millions of dollars of surplus. The federal government's broke.
Hmm. I don't know.
Look it up.
Um, I mean, we need all that stuff for ourselves and our people. I don't even live there right now, but um,
There's just a lot to
if
it. You know what I mean? I've
there's a
always
lot to it,
noticed
but
keenly that there's larger economies in these blue coastal cities, and it's a little bit harder to make those gains happen in a place that is, like Iowa potato farms
yeah, I
that
mean,
are like thousands of miles away from
well, in
seaports.
reality, it's just like every state has the opportunity to make their own rules for the most part. Obviously, you can't, go against federal regulations in most circumstances, but
I
like
also think that
drugs,
Democratic governors
um,
have an interest in keeping their economies healthy and red state economies unhealthy.
well, I mean, I think any sort of politics is built on destroying the other party, is it not?
There should be some sort of intra like state government um
Intrastate government.
like
Okay.
fund for government assistance programs. But like I said, I think the federal government is so in debt that it would just, like I don't know if maybe they couldn't really pitch it to voters in red states because I'm not sure why they don't
I
do
don't think
something like
voters
that.
in red states would go for that anyways because they got different values than blue state people.
I mean, did
I am going
Trump
to take a
not make
short.
sure that his name was on the like COVID relief checks that everyone got for free indiscriminately?
Yeah, he made sure his signature was on everything. I remember getting mail from Trump all the time when that was going on. I'm going
But
to
I
take a short
wonder
break though.
why, yeah, he just must okay. I'm just jaded, man. After
I know you are.
Bernie and shit. Um,
Everybody's jaded after Bernie. That was the promise of something better, and it
okay.
just got taken from us.
So like I was saying, I wonder why I guess there are just pre-existing laws for
Hmm.
how state funds are allocated. But I
Right.
wonder why Trump doesn't try and get more money into like the welfare state in the red South and Midwest.
I don't think Trump. We got another cat visitor here. I don't think Trump really cares about the welfare state. I think he wants to cut all the funding to all those programs and say every man for himself. Go get a job, loser.
Yeah, maybe I'm just mistaken about that whole, I don't know. I guess it's always been a fact of life that poor cities are like rich and democratic.
Well, yeah, that's how it works. Usually they always say that the more educated voter usually votes Democrat, and then like you're saying also like the big metropolitan cities that need a lot of tax dollars to run their areas, they're going to vote for higher taxes probably in order to accomplish that. Podunk ass, like my mom was in Arizona. Arizona's a red state. All this shit's all fucking run down and dirty. You
There's
know what I
just more
mean?
money to go
Because
around in general, though. That's like the fact of the
there's
matter.
always more money to go around in a big metropolitan city for one, and then also if you have higher taxes, the government is going to have more money because more money is going into them.
It's not just the metropolitan cities, though. It's the seaports.
Yeah, what does that have to do with it?
With the exception of like Miami, they're all blue.
Miami. I know Florida is red, but is Miami red too?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not. It's probably closer
I
to
mean,
like New York, like half and half.
Nevada is a red state, but Las Vegas always votes Democrat. We have a Republican governor right now, though.
Uh-huh. Okay, what else we
I
got?
don't. So we already talked about Dave Blunt's. We talked about Gavin Newsom.
Deftones and Mac DeMarco have new albums.
Yeah, I saw the Deftones album with the snake on it. I haven't listened to it. I like Deftones
I
a
did
fair
listen to
amount.
the Mac DeMarco song album. It's called Guitar.
I don't think I've ever listened to any of Mac DeMarco's music.
Oh yeah, I used to be a fan. It's interesting how sort of stripped down these songs are, and they all like start immediately with like lyrics and they all sound the same. There's no effects on any of the guitars. One of them was really catchy actually, but I find
Mac DeMarco?
yeah, but his kind of kind of sad songs biographically though. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I mean,
He
bad
used to
stuff will
be
make you feel more
he used to be young
musical,
and
I
in
will say.
love, I guess, and now he's not anymore.
He's not young or in love anymore.
He still has like that sort of blasé vibe that he always did though, but it's like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would just say that when you go through, like, for example, Death Cab for Cutie, when Ben Gibbard and Zoe Deschanel broke up, he started making better music again. So it's like when you go through something like that, you have that emotion in your art. I don't know. I went through something pretty bad recently, and I've felt more musical, and I've been writing songs and stuff. So
Really?
it it does stuff to you. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I feel
Yeah,
like
I'm
Mac
excited
DeMarco's a
to.
little bit washed, honestly.
I mean, like I said, I've never listened to him, so I can't say if he's washed or chopped or whatever the kids are saying these days. But yeah, I mean, think about Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks or whatever. That was a like depressing album, but depressing music sells just the same way that sex sells. Everybody likes sex and everybody gets sad. So there's always going to be a market for sad, horny music, I guess.
All right, what else?
What else is on the docket?
The
Docket.
Oasis reunion tour is happening. They're going to be in the USA.
Yeah, you got in a little fight with my friend about Oasis.
Oh, yeah, I met a British friend of yours
Hmm.
who
He's
doesn't
a cool
listen to
guy.
Oasis for some reason.
I mean, to be fair, I haven't listened to any of Oasis's new albums since whatever one came out in the 2010s that came out. I remember I bought that CD. It was okay, but I don't know. Oasis kind of like hit their stride. I guess they've just been kind of churning out music.
Well,
That's the
they
brothers that are always
famously
fighting
sort
with
of
each other
broke
too,
up, you
right?
know. They made like three
Yeah.
really good albums and then they kind of broke up, but it's a big deal that they're back together. Apparently everything in the
Well,
UK is like there's like companies that are like sponsoring, like have ads that are like referencing it and stuff like that.
well, I
I heard
mean,
an
they're pretty
account of
big
one
in
of the
their home
concerts,
area.
really
Yeah.
big. I don't know. People say that they're not as big in America as they are in the UK, and like they were pretty fucking big everywhere. I feel like for a minute there, they're just more of a hometown pride, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's the hometown pride with it, but they did have, like I said, they were very
It's like
popular.
Beatlemania. It's
Um,
Oasis mania.
you can't compare the two bands; they're not at all alike.
Seriously,
Beatles,
they
Beatles changed music forever. Oasis did not.
they could only sell like 1 million tickets. There were like 17 million people trying to get them. When they were leaving the
I mean,
arenas, they were like all singing
that.
together.
I'm not saying that Oasis does not draw a big crowd. Still, they obviously do. Fucking bands like Coldplay still draw a big crowd. Coldplay, I would say, makes. I don't know. I would say the recent Coldplay albums have been better than any recent Oasis album.
That's crazy. I heard a recent Coldplay album. It was
You
weird. It was like
disagree?
very electronic.
I mean,
I
Coldplay is
can't
an
say that I've listened to
interesting.
the newest past fucking Speed of Sound.
I don't even. I probably listen to Speed of Sound. I feel like the last
They have even newer stuff
Coldplay.
that's like very electronic. It's strange actually.
Yeah, I think the last Coldplay album that I really got into was the Viva La Vida one, and that one was decent. Like I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
it's just like they have the ability to like keep making hits. I feel
I
like I
still
don't know
like
if
their
Oasis
first
is
like two
making hits.
albums
Oh yeah, the
the
first
most.
couple of Coldplay albums are great. Like the one
I
with the
just don't think
clock on it or
Coldplay can
whatever.
really be compared to Oasis. Oasis is
You
like
don't think that
once in a
Coldplay can be compared
generation.
to Oasis?
Yeah, yeah. They're like just they're an epic rock band on like sort of the level of like the Who. Chris Martin
I
is
don't think Oasis
I
is on the
respect
same
Chris
level as the
Martin as a
Who.
songwriter. I think he's awesome,
Yeah.
but he's almost more like a singer-songwriter like David Gray or or Dave Matthews or something. Like he has a more
No,
quaint songwriting style. There are anthems on those fucking Oasis songs.
there's anthems on the Coldplay songs. That Fix You
They don't
song.
have a song like fucking Don't Look Back in Anger.
They have many songs like Don't Look Back in Anger.
Oh, it's
Yellow
crazy.
was a
I
popular
can't there
one.
isn't a Coldplay song that I could picture myself singing with a bunch of people like drunk and crying at a bar.
Oh, I could sing some Coldplay songs drunk and crying with people at a bar
It
for
wouldn't hit the
sure.
same. Wouldn't hit the same.
Oh, it would hit the same if not more. I don't know. You seem to be a big Oasis fan. I'm a
I'm
big
getting into
Coldplay
them
fan.
right
So,
now, so I'm
I
partial.
mean, like I said, Oasis is not a bad band. I
Yeah,
enjoy
fuck up the
Oasis.
green
Champagne
screen.
Supernova is a very, very good song. So is Wonderwall. So is Don't Look Back in Anger, like you said. It's just more like the other songs on the albums,
You're
the
losing brownie
album
points
in
all over,
general.
man.
Well, I am not looking for your approval, really, in anything that I do. But like I
I'm
said,
not talking about
Oasis,
myself.
I mean, I'm not looking for anybody else's approval either. I'm my own man.
Here's a British person who's sort of making the news, Lord Miles.
Lord Miles is British.
Yeah, you never heard him talk before? That's crazy.
I mean, I feel like I've seen clips of him, but I've never like paid that much. I don't pay much attention to that kind of people. We could talk about King Cobra.
Yeah, there's like a
Rest in
dozen
peace.
like fish tank fans on my feed right now making like pinnacle vodka drinks in his honor.
I mean, I
It's
guess he
actually
would
kind
kind
of
of
a
fit in
fucked
with the
up
fish tank
story.
crowd, wouldn't he?
Huh?
Wouldn't he fit in kind of with the fish tank crowd? I don't know if they were ever connected, but seems like similar
He's
vibes.
been yeah, he's been kind of big in the lol count community for about 10 years now or more.
The lol community.
Yeah. But it turns out that it might people are saying that it might have been some people from Reddit who door dashed him Everclear for a minute there.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. People do a lot of fucked up stuff to streamers and stuff like that.
I don't really have a horse in the
Just
race
say it
because I
like
don't
that.
really participate in any of that. But there's like Kiwi Farm stuff, and then there's like Snark community stuff. And I feel like the
Yeah,
Snark community stuff is more like politically motivated and like not in a good way. I don't know.
I don't know. I just like I don't particularly like the culture of just like trashing people. So I feel like when you talk about like lol cows and things like that, it's just like it's content just to trash somebody else. I
I
also
found that the
don't like
people
the
that are like using the lol, I mean, people who are like part of Kiwi farms are a lot more like respectful, I think, of King. Like, since his passing, they've been more like sort of just like celebrating him. Like I said, it might have been like Reddit posters who were responsible for his death in a way.
I mean,
Allegedly. I'm not
let's give all the props to Kiwi Farms. They've been so great to me.
They've been so great
But
to King Cobra, right? No, I don't know. King
I guess
Cobra
I
is one
have
of
to
those guys.
die in order for Kiwi Farms to think of me positively. But it's what I mean. I don't particularly
Listen,
feed
we
into
don't
that
want
kind of
no
stuff
smoke.
because I'm not like chronically online like
No,
personality.
I was gonna say
I am.
King Cobra is one of those guys that kind of it feels like he's famous because he looks so fucked up. Like,
I don't think he really looks all that fucked up. He just looks like kind of like a grungy like heavy metal dude to me.
his face is crazy, and he's like singularly obsessed with like Black Sabbath, and Ozzy's passing probably had a lot to do with his mental
Oh,
state.
very well so, probably. I mean, I got depressed when Ozzy Osbourne died, so if I was like a diehard like, heavy metal is my life type dude, you probably would have felt the same way. I was really sad when Lou Reed died, and I was really sad when Prince died too. It's tough when like someone that you appreciate artistically dies and they're not gonna one make music anymore and two like not be in the world anymore. It's tough stuff, man.
Yeah, Ornette Coleman for me.
When Ornette Coleman died,
Yeah, pretty much that was the one.
I was only gotcha. Michael Jackson was also a big one. Michael Jackson was crazy because he was like on like a tour and he made that movie. So it's like it felt like Michael Jackson was on this like trajectory to continue being popular and making music and stuff, and then he's dead.
Ornette got me
Prince,
because it's just like it felt like he was the last of his kind, you know?
the last of
It's
his
like
kind.
something like a whole sort of era died with him.
I mean, kind of, but like Herbie Hancock is still alive. Um, I haven't listened to any of Herbie Hancock's recent music, but Herbie Hancock's like his time period when he was making hits, that shit is really good.
It's almost
Have
a
you ever listened to
different
any Herbie Hancock?
it's almost like a different style of I feel like Ornette Coleman is
It
like
is.
Charlie Parker on Overdrive. It's like it's
I mean,
John Cage in jazz form. It's like
it's
fucking
all jazz, man. All jazz is just jazz.
Yamataka Eye from the Boredoms. It's like it's noise. It's the first
Right.
like noise record, free jazz by Ornette Coleman almost. He was really, really ahead of his time in a way that like Eric Satie might be the only comparable. Just a savant.
Yeah. I mean,
I
to
think
be fair,
Dean
I probably
Blunt
have some Ornette Coleman records, but I don't think I've ever like picked him out to be like somebody that I listen to religiously or anything like that.
the way that
The
he embraced chaos, I feel like Dean Blunt must be inspired by him, and he's kind of my style too.
I would say that the jazz musicians that I like kind of like delved into their catalogs have been like Dave Brubeck, Vince Guaraldini or Guaraldi, Herbie Hancock, Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Jimmy Smith. I like a lot. Stan Getz. I like a lot. There's other ones. Chico Hamilton. I just bought a record of his. It's pretty good. Chico Hamilton is good. There's a lot. There's a world of fucking jazz, man. You could spend your whole life discovering new jazz artists. That's
Are
the
any of those like
glory of jazz.
are any of those like bebop or like approaching like free jazz at all? Because I'm saying like he
Well,
literally just like put four people. He did like quad quartet or some shit. I'm looking
I mean,
for
jazz
his
usually
playlist.
goes into different ranges. I think that Dave Brubeck is kind of cool jazz, which is what I'm into, like the upbeat, happy jazz. Um,
All right, have you ever heard of a Japanese guy named Uyama Hiroto or girl? I don't know.
sounds familiar. I've listened to
Um,
some Japanese jazz.
this is
Japanese
almost
people make
like
good jazz
bossa
music.
nova. Hold on. It's almost like Dave Brubeck, it reminded me of.
I didn't hear anything that you just played, but I'll take your word for it.
You couldn't hear it?
No.
Damn. Where's it coming from?
This musical discourse has no input by Geronimus.
Alright, whatever. Yeah, a lot of jazz is a little bit boring to me. I always like Sketches of Spain by Miles Davis for some reason.
Yeah, I mean any Miles Davis is great.
But it's like it's not really a jazz record, it's almost more like orchestral.
I mean that's what Miles Davis did. You know, he kind of re-energized jazz music. Bitches Brew is like psychedelic jazz, and that's a really good album.
For sure.
Just like that music is kind of music you could just like put on and just like vibe out to, you know? It totally changes the energy when you're playing jazz music like that into whatever sort of jazz world it's trying to put you in. And I like that about jazz music. I wish more people would listen to jazz music.
Oh,
But jazz
Lord
seems to be getting more
Miles.
popular.
We didn't talk about him. He's doing a fast in the desert.
Oh yes, I remember this now because Sydney Sweeney bet on him not completing the fast.
He's like 3 or 4 days into it now.
Well, good for him. I wish him the best, as I wish everyone the best. What else is in the news now that we've talked about Lord Miles and Dave Blunts and Gavin Newsom? Nick Fuentes? Nick Fuentes has been saying some stuff.
You really want to talk about Nick Fuentes like all the time. What's up with that?
I don't know. I just feel like the kids are talking about Nick Fuentes. So
are
we
they?
talk about Nick Fuentes. They seem to be.
Why? They're not. I haven't seen anything
Nick Fuentes and this week. Destiny. We must be in different social circles then. I hear about Nick Fuentes nonstop.
It's crazy.
Much to my dismay. But yeah, Nick Fuentes has some stuff about Gavin Newsom because there was a thing about Gavin Newsom when he was 38. He dated a 19-year-old, and then Nick Fuentes was like based. So I thought that was interesting.
Nick Fuentes was also like anti-Trump in the last election.
Yeah, like I really don't know much of what Nick Fuentes stands for besides like the Groypers stuff. He's also a younger guy. He's like 27 or something. So obviously he's gonna have the thoughts of a 27-year-old. He's not gonna be totally all there. But yeah, I don't know. If Nick Fuentes wants to come on the podcast, I guess we could pick his brain personally.
Wow, dude.
Wouldn't that be a turn of events?
Did you hear about the Seth Hart book, the Fort Bragg cartel?
No.
You didn't look into it at all?
I didn't have time to look into that specific one. You can tell me about it though.
This is one of those things that I was trying to explain the concept of limited hangout to you.
Yes, I remember this.
And I feel like it's one of those things where it's like a very it's content for like I guess leftists to like consume.
Yeah.
And maybe I mean the guy appeared on like Tucker Carlson and then Chapo Trap House in like the same week.
Right. Who is this? Seth Hart?
Seth Harp with a P.
Seth Harp with a P.
And it's an expose on how there's like some crack. Allegedly, there's like crack deal. No, I mean there's pretty solid reporting. I don't even know if it's even alleged, but there's crack. There's crack. There's fucking cartels. There's big drug deals and murders happening, and it's all the Green Berets, and they're not prosecuting it because they're kind of like above the law in the sense that they're like black ops.
Yeah, you're saying a lot of words.
I mean,
I get it.
This has all happened at like Fort Bragg. This guy like killed his friend and then never got put on trial. And
do you remember when everyone was virtually signaling like problems that were happening in other countries and stuff.
Is that not happening anymore?
I mean, it still happens, but I just remember like when like Coney 2012 was a thing, and there was also like Rwanda was
Coney
a thing.
2012. Oh my God. That's like some memory hold shit.
That is some memory hold shit. Yeah, but there was, I think it was Rwanda. I remember there'd be like people in school that would come and they would like tell you about everything terrible that was happening in Rwanda, and they want you to donate money to the Rwandan people. And I was always like,
Wasn't there a movie about like blood
that's
diamonds? Blood
yeah, there
Diamond,
was the
right?
Blood Diamond movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, there was
And then there
also
was
Hotel Rwanda.
Diamonds of Sierra Leone by Kanye West.
Yes. No, I mean, there's bad shit happening all over the world. I think the thing that eventually took us away from the virtue signaling, the horrible things that are happening in third world countries is like, we have our own problems here in America. We need to focus on them and not focus on sending money to, whatever third world
2012
countries
virtue
getting
signaling what
genocided.
in when Coney 2012 was happening, virtue signaling wasn't even like a term people used.
No, it became a term after everyone started making fun of the people that were doing it because that was a huge thing back then. I mean, there was even virtue signaling going on with like the Black Lives Matter stuff and stuff like that. Like, no disrespect to like police brutality or anything. That's something I'm passionate about too. But it was definitely virtue signaling heavily to try to get people to think about, to care about, and to donate money to causes that are happening, you know?
Yeah, well, the Coney 2012 thing was famous because it was like a scam, wasn't it?
Well, it was kind of a scam in it that the
Didn't it?
stuff that they were fighting against wasn't even happening anymore or something like that. It was like all stuff that happened like in the 90s and nobody even knew that that guy was still alive or anything like that. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. That was a news story that started in 2012 and ended in 2012. I just remember the guy that was a part of that Invisible Children guy. He was a total freak of nature. Not to, as somebody else called me a freak of nature recently, so that's funny. But yeah, the guy from Invisible Children, he was like jerking off outside on video or something like that, and like a video leaked of that, and they were like, well, this guy's probably pretty crazy if he's jerking off in the street.
What the fuck? I
Yeah,
did
you
not
don't
know
remember
that.
that?
I don't
I
know.
forget the guy's name, but it was the Coney 2012 Invisible Children guy. Yeah, he had a bunch of bad press.
That's crazy.
So what else is going on in the world?
The only other thing I had was I wanted to promote Brit Games.
You could do that.
Twitch.tv, oddbod60, Kick also, kick.com, oddbod60. Next weekend, 29th to 31st. There will be some special guests of the Friendship Emulator universe participating in a LARP for a magical transporting some sort of magical item through a forest, like another famous British fantasy story
Okay.
with the short guys with the hairy feet. For copyright reasons, my lawyers have advised me to just refer to it as X60s Excalibur, Age of Aquarius Excalibur.
Okay.
No, it's Lord of the Rings. It's based on Lord of the Rings.
I mean, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't think
Nobody's gonna come after you.
I don't think that's gonna get me in trouble.
Hopefully, it doesn't. I'll pray for you. But
But
yeah,
instead of
watch
a
that
ring, it's like
if
an
you're
orb.
into that.
It'll be the
Or
best. It'll be the best. One of these for reasons.
one of these what
One of these shows.
shows? Shows like what?
Since Bitch Tank, of course. No, I'm kidding.
Who gave two fucks about Bitch Tank?
nobody, I guess.
I mean, Bitch Tank had a bunch of losers on it.
Famously.
One I will not name. But yeah, I mean, all that shit, honestly, I could care less about. Not to be a dick or anything, but like Congregated,
Congregated was awesome.
Bitch Tank. I mean, maybe it was. I just had no pull to check on it.
There was some pretty funny stuff, honestly.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I've seen maybe a couple episodes of Fish Tank and I just didn't like it, so there might be funny stuff that I missed. But yeah.
It's more like Blood Games again. Like I said, it's like a LARP.
There's people people that I will talk shit about that were on Blood Games. Sean Tank can burn in hell. But friend of the show, Jimmy Downey, is cool, I guess.
That was the best part, actually, when they went head to head. That was the highlight. It was crazy.
So it's funny that you can say that Jimmy is your friend, but me saying that Dash is my friend is a faux pas.
Okay. Have you listened to the conversation I had with him?
The conversation you had with Jimmy? I think I scrolled through it. I would like to listen to it when I have the time.
I'm a fan of Seth Harris films.
I mean, if he ever wants to go on the show again, I'd be down to talk to him. I have no problems with him or anybody.
It was nice of him. It was gracious of him.
He's a very gracious fellow. And then are we still having our special guest coming on?
Yeah, there might be someone from the Fish Tank universe coming. It'd be cool to get Oddbod sometime, maybe.
I mean, I've talked to some people that have wanted to come on, so we'll probably have some guests coming on in the near future. I think this will make it more interesting and kind of get people that are interested in the people that we're talking to listen to the show. So, not a bad thing by any means.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
It'd be nice to get some big names on here too, like Nick Fuentes. I'll invite an extended invitation to him.
Yeah, totally. It's gonna happen.
I mean, you never know, man. You can't.
You're incredible. You're so incredible.
You have to fight for the stars. I mean, our viewership has been going up, so if we keep going up, who knows? Nick Fuentes might catch wind of us. And we've only said such nice things about him. So.
Yeah. It's not like I have a bunch of dirt on him from random.
You have a bunch of dirt on Nick Fuentes. Like I said, I don't know much about him. I just know that Groypers lame, Gavin Newsom based. So we're kind of 2 for 2 with that.
Okay, let's get Gavin.
No, we should definitely get Gavin Newsom, especially when he starts doing his political campaigning for president. Get him on the show. I will talk to Gavin.
That's insane, dude.
That would be great.
Well, thank you for turning this podcast into your political soapbox. It's been very fun.
You're welcome. It's great just being able to speak my mind and let the world know of my views.
Thanks for talking shit on Brit Games.
I did not talk shit about Brit Games. I said much love to it.
Thanks for ignoring the existence of the Obungler.
What's the Obungler?
It's Obama. Obungling.
I will never I will never not miss Obama. Obama is like a father to me.
My favorite part about it is how he gave us free healthcare with his very leftist policies and the supermajority in Congress.
I mean, that's the only reason people are able to get healthcare now in general is because of Obamacare. So, big ups to Barry.
Yeah, and he totally couldn't have gotten something better.
I mean, say what you will about Barack Obama, but that was probably the best president we've had in recent years since Bill Clinton.
Yeah. Shout outs to the Heritage Foundation.